Good evening, everyone. I'm Erich Davies, and you're watching Behind the Eerie Hour. Hello, everyone. I'm Erich Davies, the host of Eerie Hour with Erich, and welcome to Behind the Eerie Hour. This is a behind-the-scenes look at things such as what goes into making the show, how we select stories, as well as interviews with both myself and the production team. Ever since we started this series, we have received such support and encouragement from all of our fans. So thank you all very much for your feedback. Let's face it, there's something nostalgic about sitting around a campfire, listening to someone tell a spooky ghost story, and then crawling into a sleeping bag and being kept awake wondering if the ghost story will come to life later that night. But nonetheless, it's something almost all of us have experienced at some point in our lives, and my team and I are happy to bring you entertainment like that on a virtual platform. So stick around and find out the hows and whys of putting together the Eerie Hour series. And, oh, what plans are we drawing up for the future? Now then, on to questions. I started the Eerie Hour show mostly out of boredom. I was involved, I was cast in a play. Now, I'm not allowed to mention the name of the play nor the production company that's putting it on, but basically, because of the coronavirus pandemic, it was postponed, and so I was really bummed about that, and because I was so looking forward to acting again. So one night, just for fun, I recorded myself telling a scary story in front of a fire, in front of the campfire, and I suddenly had a vision that why don't I do like a show in the style of Sammy Terry, where instead of presenting B-grade horror movies, why don't we do one where I read scary stories in front of a campfire? And I talked to my dad about it, and he said, sure. And so we brainstormed a couple of ideas, and we came up with the name Eerie Hour with Erich, and the name stuck. Actually, no, we didn't start out on YouTube, although I didn't envision YouTube in mind when I created this series. Basically, we started out on Facebook. We made a Facebook page, and I sent out some invites, and we got something like, I don't know, 50 likes within about 4 weeks. And what we did was on Saturdays at 10 o'clock, we live streamed episodes of it on Facebook. And basically, that was getting a little bit too cumbersome. I don't know if that's the correct word for it, but basically, we decided to switch to a pre-recorded format and uploaded the episodes on YouTube, and that's where we are today. That is a very good question. I guess I decided to use my real name because I didn't want the show to come off as cartoonish. While there are some cartoonish elements in it, I basically didn't want the whole thing to come off as this sort of campy horror series, whatnot. And basically, I just envisioned two versions of myself. I envisioned the Erich Davies I know, and of course a lot of other people know, in real life. And then there's the Erich Davies that exists within the realm of Eerie Hour with Erich. And so, basically, I didn't want to come up with a corny stage name or something like that. I just decided, let's just go with my real name. And also, with such actors that I take influence from, such as like Peter Lorre and Vincent Price, they didn't have any fancy stage names in real life. Basically, when you heard their names, you automatically thought, horror films, and because that's what they were known for. And in this case, when
and if my series grows, when people hear the name Erich Davies, since I also do music on the side, they either say, oh, I've heard of his music, or, oh, he hosts that Eerie Hour show, right? Basically, the thing is interchangeable, so that's why I decided to go with my real name instead of a stage name. Good question. We filmed the show out here in my fire pit. We renovated the fire pit area recently. Around us, it used to be a pool area, and when we took out the pool, we decided to make this a little fire pit area, and time passed, and eventually we hired some landscapers to put in a fire pit in the center. So, and I really like that concept because it makes the fire the centerpiece of the whole show. I got this costume at Walmart, believe it or not. This used to be part of a Plague Doctor costume. It was a very cheap costume at Walmart for something like 25 bucks, something like that. And the gloves were also from Walmart. The belt is from Walmart. Pretty much, and the mask is from Walmart as well. The only thing that isn't from Walmart are my shoes. Basically, those are marching band shoes, so that I can look nice, and at the same time, you know, you can, because there's a lot of rocks out here, you can muddy and soil them up, and I can just, you know, brush them off with just a little bit of soap and water. We get our stories from various sources. There's a friend of mine from college, F.H. Gonzalez. He wrote about 2 stories for the show. And we also get our stories from various print sources we have lying around the house. We also get our sources from a website called creepypasta.com. It has a lot of creepypastas and scary stories, including the more well-known ones, so there's a lot of options to choose from when choosing scary stories.
Well, that does it for this episode of Behind the Eerie Hour. If you should have any more questions for future episodes, or would like to suggest a story for the Eerie Hour show, please list them below in the comments section. In the meantime, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click the notification bell to stay updated about new content. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and feel free to share it with your friends and family, and don't forget to check us out on both Facebook and Instagram. We would really appreciate it. Also, links are down in the description. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Erich Davies, and I'll see you in the next episode of Eerie Hour with Erich. If you dare.